Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back Congressman Greg Walden. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you again, Craig.
All right, so CNN reports the RNC has lost at least 8 staffers because of Donald Trump as he's facing a rising group of outspoken opponents, Republicans. Your thoughts?
Well, I think, it's the job of the nominee of either party to go earn the support of people and win an election. That's what all candidates have to do. I don't know the individuals involved here. There's always turnover, probably at the committees. I mean, if you look at what's happened at the DNC, the chairman was kicked out, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and there's been a complete upheaval in terms of staffing there over the fight between Bernie Sanders, how he was treated, and Hillary Clinton. And so they had to get rid of their elected chairman. We're not seeing that on our side. There's always people who are going to be supportive, people that aren't. It's happening on both sides.
50 of the nation's most senior Republican national security officials, many of them former top aides or cabinet members from President George W. Bush, signed a letter saying Donald Trump, quote, lacks the character, values, and experience, end quote, as well as, quote, would put at risk our country's national security and well-being, end quote. What's your reaction to that?
Well, these are respected people. I give them that. They've got their point of view. I'd love to know what they think about Hillary Clinton putting our nation at risk when it comes to national security with the emails that had classified information despite lying to the American people. There was classified information on her homebrew server. She took her devices overseas into countries that we know hack devices. And so I think there's an issue on both sides here. And especially for me, when we had the briefing with Secretary Clinton about what went on in Benghazi, she clearly was not telling us the truth in the Congress. And so that bothers me a lot, too. I think voters are concerned about both candidates. They're trying to sort it out. The real campaign will start after Labor Day.
72% of registered Republican voters still doubt President Obama's citizenship, according to an NBC News SurveyMonkey poll conducted just last month. That's more than 1,700 registered voters. What do you think?
I think it's been resolved. He's a citizen of the United States.
Okay. A new law was recently signed in Washington, D.C. to combat opioid addiction. How's that going to help the Rogue Valley?
Well, I think most people probably didn't realize that we lose more people in Oregon to opioid overdose than we do in traffic accidents. This is an issue I've been working on for a couple of years. Congress came together, Republicans, Democrats, the president's going to sign it if he hasn't already. And what it does, it allows greater access to treatment. It reduces the number of illicit pills that will get out into the black market. And provides help to those in need. Look, this is a real serious problem in our communities. I had roundtables here and in Hermiston and Central Oregon. And you've got people, there was a father here who told me the story of his son who got injured in a sports accident in high school, became opioid addicted, and then went to the cheaper, more powerful version of that called heroin. 85% of people on heroin today started with opioids. Now, this is important pain management, too, so we can't go too far, and we tried not to in the legislation. So we're trying to set up best practices for providers so that they know better about what the best practice is in terms of prescribing painkillers, so try and avoid that addiction from starting in the first place, trying to get the pills out of the black market, and providing help for people on treatment with Suboxone, which is the drug you can take to get off of the addiction. Physicians were limited in how many patients they could see and manage. That meant for a woman up in Hermiston, she had to drive to Marysville, Washington, 5 hours to get off of the addiction she was on. We increased the number of patients they can oversee. So we're trying to get help, trying to get them out of the black market and get relief for people.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Congressman Greg Walden. Congressman, what about the mental health legislation that passed the House last month? Where does that stand?
You know, this is another big issue in our communities. The first mental health bills in the country started under the Kennedy administration. Since that time, there have been 112 programs created. We spend 130 billion American tax dollars every year, and yet we don't have access to mental health care on a timely basis in most, especially in our rural communities. So this has been a multi-year effort headed up by a psychologist who's a member of Congress, Tim Murphy. And what we've tried to do there is evaluate these programs, call for further evaluation, and look at which ones actually work. Too often the federal government, new program gets added, we're at 112, and nobody looks to see are they having an effect. We know if we're going to get at violence in America, one of the best places to address it is to get help for people seriously mentally ill. Because a seriously mentally ill person who does not get access to treatment and care is 15 times more likely to commit a violent act or be the victim of one, as opposed to somebody who gets care. So if you want to reduce violence in our communities, and get people on a better path, you deal with getting access to mental health services. So we're trying, that's a goal of this legislation. If you're a child of mental health services, there's only one provider for every 2,000 children in America. So oftentimes in our communities, and you can talk to people involved in this, where do you go for mental health? You get put in a jail. In fact, in America, the three biggest facilities for people with serious mental illness are Rikers Island, LA County Jail, and the Cook County Jail in Illinois. That's what we do in this country, and that's wrong. So we're trying to expand tele-mental health services. That's not been done before, yet the data show it works. So if you're out in Burns or somewhere and there isn't a psychiatrist, at least you can connect over the internet and get counseling that today you can't get at all. So that involves all kinds of changes in federal rules and laws. And then try and get more resources into our communities to provide help through grants and all. So there's a whole set of programs there to try and drive this money more into our communities where it can do more good.
I wish we had more time. Good to see you as always.
Good to
Thanks
see you
very
too,
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.